Well, oh well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are entering the final week of the dockyard, and it appears that Wargaming is attempting to pull a fast one on ya. At least that appears to be the sentiment I'm seeing from a large portion of the community. And yes, it does appear that Wargaming has done a little whoopsie here, or maybe it was an intentional whoopsie. We'll see about that going into it. So what is going on? Well, dear viewer, if you have been living under a rock, the Wisconsin, the Tier 10 American Iowa class battleship, a ship that has been hotly anticipated in game, is of course the current dockyard ship for this dockyard. And the way you complete the dockyard, there's one or two ways you can do it. You can throw your credit card at the screen and buy your way through the missions, and you get the Wisconsin and all the goodies that are associated with it. The other way is the much cheaper way in which you grind your way through the dockyard missions, and you purchase, I believe it's the last 2 phases that you need to buy, or 3 phases, and then you complete the Wisconsin that way, and you get the Wisconsin, the West Virginia 44, and a bunch of other free stuff for the cost of, I think, like a Tier 5 premium, if that, right? So it generally is a pretty good deal with these dockyard missions, and with the Wisconsin dockyard, it is genuinely a very good deal because you get the Wisconsin, the West Virginia 44, and all these other rewards for, again, the cost of roughly a Tier 5, Tier 6 premium ship, because you have to buy, I think, 3 or 4 phases at the end of the dockyard. But anyway, like I said, we are entering the final week of the dockyard here, or the final stage of the dockyard, I should say. And as many a player grinding their way through the dockyard were doing, they were checking the missions because, well, the final stage is about to release. And we've had these missions able to be viewed for, well, since the beginning of the dockyard, in fact. So players are going through and checking on the final stage, seeing what exactly they have to do, and it's fairly grindy. I mean, it is a Tier 10 premium battleship you are getting out of the dockyard, so naturally the final missions are going to be a little bit challenging, but again, still doable from what I've seen. However, there was one particular mission, the final mission in the dockyard, that seemed to be pretty generous. The mission originally stated, in 1 battle, earn 1 achievement. Meaning that you go into battle, you earn 1 achievement. Achievements are those little things that you get popping up on your screen as you go through the mission, like Confederate, High Caliber, Dreadnought at the end if you've tanked, I think it's 140% of your ship's HP, Kraken Unleashed if you get 5 kills, and there's a number of achievements in this game you could easily get. Dreadnought is incredibly easy to get if you're in a mildly tanky battleship, let alone something like the Kremlin. Witherer is just something you just acquire playing British battleships, right? Liquidator, if you're good at torpedo destroyers, that's not that hard to get. Clear Skies, or a Defense Expert, I think that's what it's called now. Again, if you're like a kid, that's not a problem, right? So that seemed to be a little too good to be true. But it stayed. It was there from the introduction of the dockyard all the way back in the previous update until last night, when, for whatever reason, Wargaming changed that final mission from, in 1 battle, earn 1 achievement, in 1 battle, destroy 5 ships. And you take a look at the modes that you can complete it in, it is only available in random battles and ranked. Meaning that you can't go into co-op and just slaughter 5 bots and get your 5 kills. Because it doesn't say get a Kraken, it says destroy 5 ships. So you might think, oh, I can just go into co-op and do that pretty easily. Nope, you gotta do it in randoms or ranked. So, needless to say, this caused a bit of a tizzy amongst the community because it's, well, I mean, changing at literally the last minute. At the time of recording, this stage unlocks in about 18-ish hours. So by the time this video goes up, this stage should be, live to the masses. And again, this is the final stage of the dockyard. Again, that's been up since last patch. So why are they changing it at the last minute? Literally the last minute, the last hour. Well, according to Wargaming, it was a UI bug or a UI mistake that they missed. And they've missed it for the past, 8 weeks. So, yeah, I'm not sure how you missed that. Now, I don't have any footage of the dockyard missions on the PT server, but I suspect it might have been a holdover from the PT server, because on the PT client, the public test client, they have everything that's in the next live version of the game, right? And this includes the dockyard missions, but everything on the public test client is sped up because they want to just test, you know, like the mechanics and making sure that, you know, the missions work and they process everything properly and all the UI works and stuff, right? That's what they're testing on the public test server. They're not testing how hard the grind is. So I suspect that, you know, when they take this stage, these stages of missions, they go, okay, so this works, we're going to port it over to the live client, and then of course they have to change the difficulty of the missions. Perhaps it was missed for some reason, you know, someone didn't change the very last mission from get 1 achievement to, you know, kill 5 ships or sink 5 ships. I don't know what's going on. All I know is what Wargaming has said and what has transpired. Now, a lot of players are getting very heated about this because, well, naturally so, they're seeing the last mission in the dockyard is being increased in difficulty quite significantly. However, it is not as bad as is being made out. Why? Well, because the way the dockyard missions work, there are required missions in the mission chains that reward you with a dockyard stage. Those are the ones you see on screen with a token, like right now. Like get 20 destroyed ribbons, get 3,000 ribbons, earn 60,000 base XP, earn 18 million credits. Those little icons are the dockyard tokens. Completing that mission gives you a dockyard token that completes a stage of the dockyard, so you need to do those missions. And if you look, 4 of those missions are, well, those types of missions, meaning that 4 out of the 6 missions that you need in order to get that final dockyard token, you have to do anyway, so you don't have a choice. And yes, I am only on the 5th stage of the dockyard. Why? Because end of the school year, I'm a teacher, I've been incredibly busy, and just by playing the game just to do YouTube and stuff, I'm already at the 5th stage. Can I finish it in time? We'll find out, probably on the stream tonight. But anyway, after that, you've already completed 4 missions, which means you only now need to complete 2 missions. And there is an additional 6 missions in this last stage, which means out of these 6 missions, you only need to pick 2 of them to finish your dockyard. And the final missions, if you will, they are cause 3 million HP of damage to ships and CVs, cause 3 million HP of damage to ships and battleships, cause 2.4 million HP of damage to ships and cruisers, cause 1.9 million HP of damage to ships and destroyers, and then cause 1.3 million HP of damage to ships and subs, and then finally in one battle destroy 5 ships. So you had to do an additional 2 of these missions anyway. So instead of doing the one where you have to get a Kraken, just pick up another one. And yeah, I know it's like, well, that's a lot of damage. Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie. But there's a very, very, very good chance that when you're going through and farming this damage in whatever class you're getting, you very well might get a Kraken, right? Now, if you want my personal advice on what to do with this final dockyard, if you look at the mandatory missions, you know, get 20 destroyed ribbons, 3,000 ribbons, 60,000 base XP, 18 million credits. If you have a premium light cruiser, you can do all 4 of those required missions at once, and the additional one of the 2 additional missions you have to do. Because if you have something like a San Diego, a Mainz, an Austin, or really not even a premium light cruiser, if you have a light cruiser, right, and you're decent in it, take that out. You can 3,000 ribbons. That's a slow Tuesday for like the Worcester, right? 60,000 base XP, 18 million credits. Again, like it can be done all at the same time. These 4 missions, because they're not class restricted. And the good thing too is that the destroy 5 ships mission is not class restricted either. So if you're grinding again these 4 required missions and let's say the cruiser mission at the same time, and you get a Kraken, you're done. After you get done grinding the damage in your cruiser. And again, getting 3,000 ribbons in a light cruiser, you're going to probably get to that what was it, 1.9 million, 2.4 million HP damage done pretty quickly, right? So, well, yes, it is frustrating, absolutely, and this should have been called. There is no excuse for this mission sitting here for, again, what, 8 weeks at this point, and them not catching it. Like, did no one read? No one go through the missions? Like, I know translation errors occur from time to time, but they've been pretty good about that recently. But it can't be that hard to sit someone down from the North American office and go, okay, read through these dockyard missions, make sure they line up with what we want them to exactly say. It'll take 10 minutes, right? Like, it shouldn't be that hard to check this. And again, I get it. It's frustrating if you were anticipating, oh, okay, I only have to, farm out a ridiculous number of HP on one class of ships and then get one achievement, which you'll probably do, again, farming out that much HP anyway. So, yeah, while it is frustrating, I wouldn't say it's going to stop you from completing the dockyard. Again, in the process of getting those 4 required missions, there's a very good chance you're going to complete one of those 2 other required missions anyway, and then you pick your next favorite class, farm that much HP down, and then there you go, you got your Wisconsin. Alternatively, and what Wargaming would probably want you to do, which is, again, what a lot of people are saying, you can just buy the last stage that you need, and again, that's what people are saying. They changed it at the last minute to where you have to buy that one last stage in the dockyard instead of grinding it out. Maybe, but again, you can do any of the other 2 missions instead. So while it is frustrating, it's not as big of a deal as it's being made out to be. Again, just to be super clear, there's no excuse for this. This should have been caught. I'm not making excuses for Wargaming, and yes, it is frustrating, but again, it's not as bad as it's being made out to be. You can still easily complete the dockyard with the time you have remaining, and again, you're probably going to get one of these farming missions done anyway, completing those 4 required missions. Again, you got to sink 20 ships. 3 million HP for battleships. That's going to happen somewhere in there. That's 10... no, that's the, yeah, well, tier 10, if you're playing tier 10, 100,000 HP-ish for tier 10 ships, that's 30 tier 10 ships, battleships on average. So, I mean, like, you sink 20 of them with a battleship, like, you got a good chunk of that done already, is what I'm saying, right? So, you ain't got that much further to go. So, that's my 2 cents on this. Yes, it should have been caught. Yes, it is frustrating. But I do think it's a whoopsie from Wargaming. Wargaming, more often than not, they are incompetent in some things with QC. We had a good streak. We had a really good streak up until now. They've been doing a lot better, but here we are again. So it's more incompetency than malice in a lot of situations, right? Like, don't get me wrong, they've done some scummy things in the past, but I don't think this one is it, especially, again, when the alternatives aren't that difficult to complete if you're already in this grind set, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think they intentionally did it? They're trying to squeeze some more stages being sold out of the dockyard? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 60,000 subscribers. We're getting very close to that goal, and we are doing a giveaway when we get there, so make sure you stick around for that. Hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.